6 years ago, my wife took nothing but an ideal and faith and turned it into a multi-million-dollar business with multiple streams of income. As a woman possessed, she overcame all obstacles and created multiple streams of wealth that has impacted our family for generations to come. From mental health professional to therapist to author to CEO, she is a constant reminder of the grace of God over her life. Get ready to listen to and take notes from Stenell, the money therapist, as she schools you on money, entrepreneurship, and life skills that was not taught. No more excuses. Wake up!
Thank you, Tony. It's actually been 8 years and not 6, so we definitely have to update the introduction. Welcome back to No More Excuses, Wake Up, where we talk about money, entrepreneurship, and life skills that was not taught. I am your host, Stenell Myers, also known as Stenell, the money therapist. Hey, I am back. It has been 6 months I've been MIA. We are going to talk about entrepreneurship and how I bought a building with cash, and also how we bought land in Belize with cash. So I've been missing in action. It has been 6 months. Listen, life happens. I've been going through these motions called whatever the hormones are. I am 48 years old and I am in a part of my life where I just don't care. This menopause kicking my butt. I have an 81-year-old mom. I'm running these businesses, the healthcare agency, the after school program, and then this investment piece that just popped up. It's like, oh my gosh. So for 6 months, y'all, listen, I'm going to be really, real and transparent. And I hope this helps somebody. I'm not a big social media person. I never have. I'm the one that is in the background. I'm in the background and I'm learning things and I'm doing things. In these 6 months, what I learned, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not going to try to be like everybody else. And I hope this is helping people. I run real life agencies. I have a healthcare agency where I serve over 100 clients. And I also have a after school program where I serve over 126 kids. That is the revenue. That is helping people. And that's also feeding my family. This social media is not that. You can do that, absolutely. But I focus on things that have real impact, meaning things that can sell. I can't sell my YouTube videos. I have to physically be in them. I'm not about that physically working and being in something. I have learned to work, master, be an expert in it, teach it to really smart people that are even smarter than me and let them run it. That is the master of any type of business. This right here is something I'm doing for you. It is not honestly for me because I just don't care enough to do it. It's just a lot, getting on the video and doing these different things and getting the camera ready and putting on makeup and I couldn't even remember what to do. I record on Audacity because I'm doing my podcast now and also the video, and everything changed. So in 6 months, everything it's just new. It's updated. I say all this to say that anything that you want to do, don't try to do what everybody do. Try to do what works for you. And what has always worked for me, always worked for me, was helping individuals. And social media has really tore our minds up where we constantly are scrolling on Instagram and laughing and looking. And now we want to imitate and we want to be that person or that people. We're just not. Just be who you are. Be your authentic self. Just be you. And this is me. Here you go. Let me tell you. That was my 3-minute introduction. So let me tell you. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. February, I started working on getting a line of credit, 100K. And that was really my first time that I said, you know what, let me try to do this line. I did try at one bank, which was TD Bank, but for whatever with that bank, they just don't like me. So I moved all my assets, all my businesses, everything to a different bank, every single thing. I had to, of course, contact the ACH, because I do bill Medicaid, and I also have a government contract where I bill Medicaid, and I also have a grant That grant is an educational grant. So I had to call the different places in order to get the ACH and move it. It was a lot. In that time, that was February. So I was setting all that up. I didn't know that I was setting all that up for this. I received a call, my angel, we talk all the time. And we were just talking. The next day, she called me. She said, hey, did we say something out of line? Because God been really working on me. And I don't understand. I don't know what it is. She said, but I think I know. She said, remember when we was talking yesterday about you looking for a building and you're renting. I've been renting for 3 years for my staff and my businesses in New Jersey. And I was like, I'm just tired. I am literally paying $2,000 a month and it's just a waste. Joy making a difference. The grant pays a portion of that, but the other portion, which was 1380, I believe, that was actually coming out of my other business, A Second Touch. I was telling her about renting and I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. So when she called me, she said, listen, I think this is for you. Now listen, let me tell you what my angel did. She said last year, which was August of 2022, this is March 2023. She said, last year, I went to go purchase this building. I went to look at this building for a daycare center. She had a lot of daycare centers. She said, and I didn't go through with it. She said it was a small building, but I could fit like 25 kids in there. She said, but I didn't go through with it because it would have cost me more money in order to get it the way it needed to be zoned to hold 25 kids. She said, but I think that's why God was on my mind. Think the building for you. I said, well, that was a year ago. She said, yeah, that was a year ago. She said, but let's see if it's still there. She said, I'm going to send you the address of the building. And she said, and I'm telling you, she sent it ASAP. She said, and this is how much it was. It was 175 a year ago. And she sent me like her settlement when you're writing up the contract. But they didn't go through with it. And she was gonna put down 5,000. So when she sent it to me, she said, why don't you just look and see if it's available? So I contact my manager, which is also a real estate agent, Maricela Jimenez, putting you out there, my girl. I said, hey, is this building available? Let me know. She said, it's available. That was a year later. Listen to me, a whole year later. This is March. She said, it's 175. She said, I think you should go for it. She said, I think this is what God was telling me. Maricela said, it's been on the market. It went off the market and it just came on the market about 30 days ago. It was off for a whole year. Like, what? Are you serious? She said the man is ill. So they really want to move forward with this. I had the 100K, purchased the building. The building is 175. Also have other creative ways where I'll always show y'all and teach y'all about not only lines of credit, business credit cards, and all those different things. Purchase the building cash. When I purchased the building cash, that was in March. April, I'm going down the line and looking at my notes. April, I went to Belize. Before that, how I found out about Belize was through a YouTube channel, Passport Heavy. His name is Jabril. He travels all around the world. I was looking at the video. I was like, oh, this look nice. I said to my husband, you want to go to Belize? He was like, sure. I sent it to my neighbor, say, hey, you and your husband want to go to Belize? They were like, sure. Just so happened. So I was like, okay. So I always travel for my birthday, and my birthday's April. Why don't we go there? And they was like, okay. And this was, I want to say January. I'm not sure. April, we go to Belize. I went to Belize, beautiful place. It wasn't for me. Like I said, I'll never go back, right? It's nothing that I would go back for, not doing it because I love water. And in their water, now that I know why, they had something called sea lice, sea roaches. And it's like these little white little things that stick on you and it's like, oh my God, it's horrible, but it's a beautiful island. So let me tell you how that was going to hold me from an opportunity. Thinking with investment eyes, you don't care about no darn bugs, sea roaches, or nothing. You think about the opportunity. So that was in April. We went, beautiful time. It was very, very, very nice. In May, I'm just constantly working on the businesses, A Second Touch, Joy Making a Difference. What I did was I brought more things to it, like community-based supports where we hired a caregiver to help the family. I also added transportation. So transportation is also another entity that I added where actually I contract with Uber and Lyft, and the clients that go to day program and the clients that goes to work and all of those different things, they can use Uber and Lyft. I'm adding all these different things, just working in the background. That's what I did. And I just been working. I just don't feel like doing nothing. All the cameras and all this podcast, I just didn't feel like it. I seen a video pop up with Passport Heavy that said he purchased property that was less than purchasing Toyota Prius car. You know me, I click on it. Let me tell you, so he bought land. This is Jabril from Passport Heavy. Everybody go look at Passport Heavy. He travels around the world as a business. He's been doing it for years. He has many, many followers doing the thing. He was in Belize, and that's why we went to Belize because I was like, oh, seen this on Passport Heavy. So he said he bought this land. Come to find out, I said, oh my gosh, I wasn't feeling Belize, but we got to go buy land. So they had land in one area between 180,000 for the land to 250,000. And then another area, the land starting at 30,000 to 75,000. And that was more west, right? So that's West K, and this is in Belize. Make a long story short, I sent an email to the realtor, Will. I get a call within 2 days, and it's Ruben. He's the realtor. Shout out to Ruben. He's the realtor in Belize. And I said, listen, I just left there 2 months ago, wasn't feeling it, but I know opportunity. This one place is a resort that are building. It's right now, Belize is up and becoming where you are, you have your stores and you have, you can get out and go out there. You have your roads and your hospitals. Belize is not like that. What's beautiful about Belize is that you can literally take golf carts, and this is in San Pedro, and drive. You don't need cars in San Pedro. Belize City, they have cars, but San Pedro is like, it reminds me of New York City. Like everything is there. And then you walk, it's the water. It's just crazy because you walk when you're in town. And then when you walk over through like alleyways, and I mean, you real life walking in Belize, and it's safe. And then it's the water. And then it's just amazing. And then just me even thinking of it now, or how I would have missed out on this beautiful opportunities. This is really a resort. So when you ever been to Punta Cana or Jamaica, you're on a resort. But in Belize, you're out in there with the people. You are literally engaging with the people. It's a difference. Never engaged with anybody in Jamaica. They say, oh no, it's not safe. So I never walked the streets. It was just different. It's just different. It is. And the more that I think about it, it's like, oh my gosh, I already almost messed this up. Get on the phone with Ruben, but Belize have no financing. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're about to buy this land in Belize. And my husband, as long as I get my husband his car, his Mercedes car that he so want, he's good. So I'm figuring all these things out because y'all know that we don't have any car notes. I don't do car credit all like that. Talk to Ruben, and next thing I know, we have land. Now, it is land, 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 land. So on this beautiful acres and acres and acres of land, it's a school. Not only is it a school, it is a major hotel on that land. And so the owner, he purchased the land and sold part of it to a major hotel. And then the other part is literally resorts. It's a resort. Right now they have a yoga place, they have a sushi place, it's restaurants. They're gonna have like 20 restaurants. It's really a resort. The land we purchased was $225,000. You had to put down 20%. Let me tell you what we did. Because I purchased the building and I had the deed for the building, what I was able to do, shout out to my accountant Katina. I always email her like, listen, this is what I'm trying to do. And so she said, well, hey, what she told me was, why don't you pull the money out of the building? Literally, she talked through email. Pull the money out of the building. Like, what? What are you talking about? Pull the money out of the building. So when you have cash, what you can do, and so many people, cash is king. And I notice it's not for the actual, like, what the heck you think I'm going to get 175? Listen. I'm a Black girl from Camden, New Jersey, Philadelphia area, worked in Philly, dentists in Philly, doctors all my life. Don't tell me what you can't do, because I'm going to tell you what I can do. And I can tell you what you can do. And I'm telling you, this little Black broke girl did it. You can do it too. But you have to believe that you can do it and stop trying to do what other people do and do what you are gifted to do. I'm gifted to help people, period. I know my gift. God showed me in a dream. and that's it. So you can do it. So she said, pull it out the building. Pull it out the building? What are you talking about? It's what rich people do. Like, y'all pulling what out of the building? So because I have the deed, I have cash, the equity. So that 175 that I had cash, that's still my money, right? What I did was, and she said, here's a contact that I have. Gave me the contact. She said, see if you can pull it out. So I couldn't pull it out under the for whatever reason, I couldn't pull it out under the nonprofit because they said that they don't do lines of credit for nonprofit. But I could pull it out. Literally did so many things. That was the line of credit. So I was asking about a line. They don't do line of credits for nonprofit. So what I did was I pulled out. The building was $175,000. They wouldn't let me pull out the entire 175. You only could pull out 40%. I had to leave in 40%. I pulled out 60%. So I pulled out 127.5. I was only going to pull out 100 just to pay back the line. All right. Understand this. But at the time when I was about to do it, right, I said, oh, I only need 100. The Belize stuff came out. I needed 20%. So I pulled out 127. So when I pulled out the 127, what I did was I paid part of the line back. I paid back 70,000 of the line back. I believe 70,000 of the line back. I can't really remember because I'm telling you, my brain is like all messed up. And then the rest of that money, so you pull it out of the building to bring it and purchase another property. So the rest, that 30 that I had, I put that on a Belize property. So the one property, I think I needed 58,000. I think I put back 70. I think it was 58,000 that I needed. You know, I do a lot with business credit and also have a line of credit. So I'm trying to remember everything that I did, but I can't remember verbatim. But it was 20%. I remember being 58 and they needed the 58. So I had to put down 10,000, I believe, to hold it. So in Belize, there is no financing. Everything is cash. The way they build your property is they have every stage you will have to give them money. But this was to secure the land. The land that I purchased was $225,000. That $225,000 at that time, and that was back in July. Now, I'm talking to you in, what is this, October? I'm going to Belize next week. It's my anniversary and I'm going to go look at my land. Never saw my land. I just know investments. At the time it was 225, but at that time the land was going for 250 in the next stage. So I already have $25,000 of equity. Equity now is a part of my net worth. Every street they open up and more money. It was 225. In West K, there's land, but it's not fully developed. There's not a path. It's just land. We purchased that for $50,000 and we had to put down $10,000 for each. So that's 20. Now, let me tell you something. My payments for the land for the 225 is 1310. My payments for the other land that is not fully developed, which it has like no water, sewer system yet, that was 349. I worked two. So that's like 750. Let me explain something to you. I don't believe in car notes. I believe in purchasing home and land. And I'm telling you, a car, you cannot take that car, produce and produce and produce. You can go and sell it and you can get the money for it, but you can't produce. I see so many people spending $600, $700, $800, $500, which was me and my husband. 5 for his, 5 for mine, 369 for our sons. That's property right there. That's property. 3 cars, that's property right there. That's what I did. We purchased land. July, August, September, and October, it's just been businesses, investing, building the businesses, purchasing, we made that purchase. So I got the deed for the building, then the land in Belize. I'm so excited because we go to see our land. I'm excited because I purchased something out of sight. I didn't see it. And I didn't have to see it because I've seen so many people, honestly, on these videos that has purchased and have it. So the way that works in this one resort area is that they do have Airbnb. And with the Airbnb, it's 80-20. So 20% to the management company, 80% to the owner. Once it reached $90,000 for the year, it's 90%, 10%. So it goes down. They get 10%, 90% for the owner. And they do everything. They turn it around for the next person. They book completely everything. Or I can hold it, have it, it's my property. One of the things that I didn't always realize, I understood what condo hotels were. They call like condo hotels. And, they are where you go and you stay in like resorts like Disney, but there are people that own them. But I didn't know, honestly, the Marriott, for instance, in Belize. People own these different units. I didn't know that you can own a unit. Honestly, I thought that it's just a whole hotel chain, but I didn't know physical people own these units. And so, Belize is a beautiful island. I had no idea, no clue what I was getting into, but this is what I've been doing for the last 6 months. With all that being said, I've been really, thinking about helping people. I don't know. My husband and I, we had met someone and he does like first time home buyers. There's so many opportunities out there for first time home buyers, so many different things that we don't know. The rent is so high. And I'm so passionate about this. Rent is ridiculous. Rent is high. Our kids don't have a chance, daughter, and we're helping her pay it. I'm paying whole thing almost, but her rent is 2,200. Stupid. It's ridiculous. She about to be a first time home buyer. About to teach her. Our son, same thing. 17, 16, $1,700. Ridiculous. Makes no sense. Rent is not going to get cheaper. It's not. After COVID, it just spiked up the percentage wise. Where you were seeing rent for 1,400 is now it doubled. It's ridiculous and it is hard. People have to work two, three, four jobs, honestly, in order just to pay their rent. So I'm really passionate about, I don't know where this is coming from, but really helping people with really helping first time home buyers just to educate them. Just to say all that, recently learned that you do not have to be a veteran. So you know how veterans have to actually, they get all the perks. They don't have to put any down payment or anything like that for their when they go to purchase a home. What I learned when I went to this seminar, and it's so good to have professional development for yourself. So when I went to the seminar, what I learned was that you can assume a veteran's mortgage if they get deployed, divorced, or anything as a civilian. I didn't know that. So you have a veteran, and a veteran, their rates are always going to be better than civilian rates. Right now, our rates is anywhere between a 7.5 to an 8% interest rate. A veteran rate is 5%. Is better than 8%, but it's not like it was when it was at 2.5 and 3% when it was COVID. Now, houses is just sitting on the market for forever. Like, I mean, they're just sitting there. And it's really not helping anybody. It's not helping the seller because the interest rate is so high, it makes your mortgage payment high. So people are not buying. Now is the time to buy a house. Anyway, with this assumable mortgage with the veteran, we went to go and see this particular house. I don't know if we're going to get it, but I think we're probably going to move forward. But this is where we are with investment. So the house is $400K. He paid $454. With the veteran, what it is that you keep their rate. His rate was at a 2.9. You keep their rate, but you have to be able to pay them the equity that they have built in that time frame. This equity is about $55,000. That's where the finances come in to where you think you can't, but you can. Business credit is everything. It's, lines of credit is everything. You have to know how to do it right, and to be able to put that money back again so you can do this again and again. It's creative financing. Banks are not going to always give you loans. We're in a good situation. It's a 3-bedroom. It's 3,077 square feet. It is, all the rooms are upstairs, and that's kind of crazy for Florida, because Florida, you at least have 1 bedroom downstairs. All the rooms are upstairs. It is really nice space. 2.5 bedrooms. It has 2 living rooms, 1 downstairs, 1 upstairs. Really, it's a really nice space, nice house. We would look to purchase to do a rental, like a rental arbitrage, something like that I'm getting into. So the more that I get into stuff, I'm just going to share it with you. I didn't know assumable mortgages for veterans. Had no idea that as a civilian, you can honestly contact And I'm gonna put that in the show notes. I'm gonna put the information. You can assume a veteran's mortgage. If they get deployed or anything happening, they don't want the house anymore and the house can't sell, you can assume that mortgage for the rate. The only thing that you do have to do is you have to be able to find a way to give them the cash of that equity. But getting a house that a rate is 8% and getting it at 2.9 or whatever that rate was, it's just a great way to honestly purchase a house. That's just another housing opportunity. That's where we are right now. That's where I've been. And listen, I am just here loving life, living in this Florida weather, just loving it, working hard, and honestly trying to find me and my rhythm, because I work so hard. I just work, 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 work. And although my staff are the faces and they do the day to day to day, I have to make sure everything financially is running, administratively is running, books are together, every single thing within it, the businesses that I do. That's where I've been. Yeah, y'all. Me and my hubby, we bought land in Belize with cash, bought a building with cash. You can do it too. I'm telling you, you can do it. Whether you come on this channel or not, I just want you to encourage yourself that you can do anything, you can do all things. All right, y'all? Y'all do what y'all gotta do and just go out here and don't make no excuses about it, but just be about your business. Thank you for listening to No More Excuses, Wake Up. If you love the show, please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes or Spotify. To learn more about me and my different agencies and what I do, go to StenellMyersEnterprises.com. While you're there, check out Money Therapy Institute and watch my video where you will see me doing a little acting, showing you how I fought and kicked down closed doors. You can also click on Stenell the Money Therapist and get my free budget spreadsheet. And of course, you can email me at contact@StenellTheMoneyTherapist.com. I'm also on social media on Facebook at Stenell the Money Therapist and Instagram at Stenell the Money Therapist. No more excuses. Y'all know what y'all need to do. Wake up. Hey smart people, I have a 3-month one-on-one personal or business coaching program. As you all know, I paid off $50,000 in debt in 1 year. I will teach you how I stayed out of debt using my burner method and personalized spreadsheet I created to fit my lifestyle and keep me on track. You will learn how to understand your money communication style using my financial treatment plan. Also, if you own a small business and you feel stuck with cash flow or feel disorganized, I teach business owners and self-employed entrepreneurs such as yourself to financially maximize your money, build wealth using your business income, and retire working on the business while your business continues to run, such as myself. You can book a call with me. The link is in the show notes.